Hosted by 2D Music on this dusty beat. Pull up a chair, let your soul lean in. Every word, every pause, where the real begins.
Welcome back to the In-Depth Conversations podcast. This is episode 16. As you can see, I got no guest today, no phone call, no in-person guest, but I want to go ahead and start this podcast off by saying this is a message to all my guests that I've had. And that goes for Ernesto Contreras. I see you, brother. I'm proud of you doing your thing out there in Vegas with the family. Father, family man, I salute you, bro. You know, we always locked in, no matter how long it's been since we last seen each other. Episode 2 had Sav1. What's up, brother? Hope you're doing good, man. I see you either moved away or you've been moving around. I just wanted to send mines, bro. And I know you're still doing your thing with the music, bro. Your song Kid Again will always be on my playlist for sure, bro, and other songs as well. You feel me? So shout out to Sav1. Episode 3, I want to go ahead and give a shout out to Mamacita Beauty. What's up, Josiah? I know we got some content locked in coming in soon. You know, you can hit me up and I'm there. Episode 4, shout out to the Jam Tie Entertainment, Josh Crespo, Juan Crespo. Thank you guys for being a part of episode 4. That was a great episode. I know we gotta do a part 2 to that. You know, hanging out with you guys is always a good time, and hearing stories from Pops and Josh. So shout out to you guys. Episode 5, the Ray Fuego interview. What's up, Ray? I hope life's going good. I know it is, bro. I know you just had your son and you got your family as well, and I send mines, bro. I see you doing the thing, bro, and hope you're doing well, brother. Episode 6, the first phone interview I had was with Sal. The first phone interview we had with the homie. Shout out to you, man. You know we locked in with the Wordsmith Wednesdays. I just want to give I've said it before, but I want to give my salute to you, bro. You a real one, and thank you for giving me pointers and also giving me that kick, because I needed that as well. So shout out to you, bro. You know we locked in. Episode 7, Doe the Unknown, bro. What's going on, Doe? I hope you're doing well out there in SAC. I know you're still pushing the Top Shelf Radio podcast. You know I'm tuned in. We always tuned in. We got to get that song locked in, bro. That would be dope to get that feature. Let's see. I go episode 9, the No Morals interview. What's up, bro? Kyle, No Morals. You know we just rocked that open mic recently at the Wordsmith Wednesdays week number 5. We got a recap. We got pictures. That was a great time. Good experience, bro. You know we go way back since the Catalyst days, Santa Cruz. So shout out to No Morals. Chenzo, episode 10. What's up, brother? Hope you're doing well, bro. You know we always locked in as well, man. It's always great to hear from you. It's always good to see your posts. You know, you and your lady. I send mine to you, man. You're a real one, bro. And let's go with episode 11, the Brock the Kid interview, parts 1 and 2 for episode 12 as well. Brock, I just want to let you know, man, I've always been a fan of your music. I've always been fucking with your music since back in the day. You know how we were talked about on the podcast, man. I know you're down there in LA doing your damn thing. You just dropped a song. You know, I've been playing the hell out of that song, and I can't wait to hear some new music from you, bro. Hope you're doing well out there in LA. So yeah, episode 13, the Fernando King interview. That was a good interview. If you really want to get some insights on like his life and see how he went from, you know, living a certain lifestyle to where he is now, an activist, a father, and a working man. I just wanted to say I salute to you as well, bro. You're a real one. That was a great episode. Tune into episode 13. Go ahead and click, like, subscribe onto the YouTube channel. You can find all these podcasts. Episode 15, which was my last recent one, was with DJ Fuego, bro. I see you doing the damn thing as well, bro. And the point of me bringing up all these people, these are all my guests that I've had so far on the podcast, and I want to give you guys a special thanks, and I want to say that for you guys to trust the vision and hop on my podcast and talk about your life, man, I really, really appreciate that. Like I would never would have thought I would have had this much back to back guests, and you guys are awesome. And anybody else want to get interviewed, you know to hit me up. Just hit me up, you know. Let's lock it in, man. But yeah, special message to all my guests. Thank you guys for being a part of the start of something. You know, I'm open to not just do podcasts, like I say, from where I stay at. I'm open to going to where you guys are at. Maybe rent a booth out, a studio, or even come to your house. I want to get in depth with my guests as this. I guess you could say new season 2 of this podcast journey for me is gonna be. So once again, special thanks to you guys, and I couldn't have done it without you guys because we're about to go on to episode 16, and like I said, no guests, but I want to go ahead and let you guys know I'm going to be going into some food service industry. It's a new topic, a new thing I want to do on this podcast where I talk about my experiences being a server. And I've been a server at different places, so I have stories for days. So I'm going to get into that, and then I'm going to give you guys a quick life update. So let's keep it going. Food service industry stories, part 1. I was one of my first jobs I can remember was Taco Bell, and I was there for a good time, a good minute. And I remember one of my customers that I took his order. He had asked me, "Hey, I really like how you took my order. You're very respectful. You're very attentive. I'm a assistant manager at Chevy's in Gilroy. I want to bring you in." And at the time, I'm barely 18, so I didn't even really know what food serving was like. So got the job at Chevy's. I've had many jobs as a server and busboy and food runner, all of that, and I had some really good times from Chevy's to Margarita's Bar and Grill, which was a really good. It was a good foot in the door. I wasn't even 21. I was like 19 or 20 working there as a busboy and a food runner, and I had a lot of good times there. Shout out to Huberto. He's the owner of the Hill now, so I had some really really good times there. And I'm gonna go right into when I started working for Beto's Bistro, and I got a specific story, which is exactly why I wanted to start this food service industry stories. So I was a server there at Beto's Bistro downtown Morgan Hill, and whenever I do the lunch shift, I would open up at like 10 in the morning. Restaurant would open by like 10:30 or 11, and I remember there was this customer. His name is Richard. I'll never forget him. He was maybe in his late 70s, early 80s. He would walk in every single day before the doors open and would wait at the door until we open. And there's times where like we'd be running late to open up, and he would literally just start opening the door. And I started thinking to myself, why is he being so rude? At the time, I didn't really understand what it was really like to be at that age, and just I guess you could say he was a really lonely guy. He would get the same exact thing every single time. A gin, couple of gin. I think it was gin and tonic, or just gin on ice. And he'd order a couple of those. And whenever he had like money to eat, he would order soup. But it was mostly just his drinks. It was going on for like months and months at a time. And I remember one time he came in and they cut him off. Yeah, my manager told me to cut him off and like don't serve him anymore. He doesn't have any money left. He has a tab and he hasn't paid it. And I felt bad. I remember one time I even bought him a drink. I was like, "Hey, Richard, this one's on me." And come to find out, sometime later after I left that job, I found out that he passed away. And it made me think, damn, like, you never know what he went through. He probably lost his family. He probably lost it all. Or I mean, who knows what somebody at that age has gone through. You never know. I mean, we never know what somebody's going on behind closed doors. But the fact that he kept coming in, all he wanted to do was get drunk off gin first thing for breakfast, makes me think maybe he was at a point where he just didn't want to live anymore. Maybe he was just drinking himself to death, unfortunately. But that to me is one of the stories that really sticks out, at least for this time right now, because you know I can only imagine if I God willing I make it to that age, well, and if I had, who knows where I'm at the time, if I make it, would I want to just not live here anymore? Would you just want to be with my loved ones that have already passed, or just who knows what he was going through? Send my condolences to Richard. I'll always remember that guy. Yeah. That was a story that was stuck. How do I say? It was a story that just flashed back to the past. When I was 19, 20. Now I was like 20 years old when that was happening, and we've had our shares of losses, and due to alcohol and other related stuff, and it just makes me think. I'm not talking about like people passing away. I'm talking about like losing friendships, losing family members. It's sad, bro. Like, you know, I'm at a point in my life where I feel like I really don't need the alcohol to really get by, because I just had the nastiest hangover the other day where it just felt like, damn, I'm getting old. I'm 32. I really don't know if I want to be able to make it to my son's graduation. I want to be able to make it to he gets married. I want to be able to make it to have grandkids, you know? So thinking back on that story about Richard makes me really sad, you know? So that's a food industry food service industry story that I got for you guys. It's a really sad one. And yeah, I just hope whatever it is that somebody's going through, we never know. Just it's important to open up, and that's why I started this podcast, to get things off my chest, to get things to hear people get things off their chest. You know what I mean? Like to hear people tell me stories or how they got through this, or how are they handling the loss of somebody. It makes me, I feel like that is what I was put here to do, to talk to people, and also for me to get things off my chest, because there's still a lot of things that I'm working on in this life. And yeah. So yeah, just a quick life update before I go ahead and end the podcast. I want to let you guys know that life's been going great with my job. Finally made it through the agency. Now I'm on the company. And honestly, it feels great. You know, I have a lot of PTSD from previous jobs where I wasn't trained properly, or people were just idiots and they were just straight dicks to me. And, you know, I deal with that here and there, but I finally made it to the point where I don't got to prove myself to the agency or to the company. And I finally got it. Now I'm on board. And I just want to say I'm proud of myself. So we got to give a round of applause for that. Let's give a round of applause for that. Give myself a little pat on the back for that. But also, as with my son, you know, I'm going back and forth to family court, making sure that, you know, he stays home with me. You know, I know things are changing as he's getting older, but you know, being a father at this age, it's a blessing. You know, it's been a blessing. It's been a blessing since the day I seen him open his eyes, and I will always do my best to protect him from any harm, protect him from anybody's sketch, anybody that is not supposed to be near him. And I stand by that. And all the fathers that are out there, and I give my salute to you guys. You know, it's not an easy thing to do, but we here for them at the end of the day. And to all those fathers that aren't there for their kids, well, what can I say? Can't say anything. Can't speak for them. But yeah, I want to give a shout out to Sal once again. I know we're locked in with the Wordsmith Wednesdays. You know, I won't be there this week 6, but I'll be back week 7, baby, and we're gonna keep on getting this ball moving, because we got to keep on going. And I salute to you, bro. Salute to all the artists that are part of Wordsmith Wednesdays. I see y'all, and let's keep working. Let's keep networking, and I'm gonna keep making music. I'm gonna keep on have some writtens that I have a couple songs, a couple ideas, but as of now, I'm putting my time and effort into my family, my personal life, and this podcast. So that's episode 16. It's your boy 2 Eat Music, and that's a wrap. In-depth conversations, baby. I'll see y'all soon. Let's go.
Turn the volume up. Let your mind just go. Story